So there was a time in my life when I just couldn't even save more than $2,000. Like every time I got close to saving $2,000, something would happen. A car repair, an emergency, a friend, a friend needing to borrow money, or worse, I would just go ahead and cave and spend it on something that I thought was a great deal. And I don't know if anybody else feels me on this, but that was literally my situation for the longest time. I could not get over $2,000, or I couldn't save more than $2,000. And it happened so many times that I just started to think like maybe I wasn't built for saving and I was just going to be broke forever. Forget ever having $100,000 saved. I'm just going to be broke forever, right? Like maybe financial stability wasn't in the cards for me. But then something changed and I ended up creating this rule, kind of like a mental contract with myself, right? So I called it the $5,000 rule. I'm gonna just move this camera back a little bit. I feel like I'm a little too close to the camera. Ron, am I too close to the camera? Anyway, so I called it the $5,000 rule. And the moment I made this rule, like I made it real. My entire financial life started shifting. And in this video today, I want to walk you through what this particular $5,000 rule is, why it worked, why you probably want to implement this rule immediately, and how it became the first step toward building my first $100,000 in net worth, starting with only making $18 an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you about this invisible ceiling. That's really what it was. It was like an invisible ceiling that kind of kept pulling me back down, and how breaking through this ceiling really changed my relationship with money forever. So if you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever felt like you're stuck in this cycle, building up a little bit of savings only to lose it all again, this is the video that you need. So I hope you guys are locked in. Hit the like button, show your support for the channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more money tips, hacks, and whatnot. So here's what I realized. Looking back, I had what I call it a financial thermostat. The thermostat in your house, if it's hot outside and it's hot in your house, you turn the AC on and you set it to, 74 degrees. And once it gets to 74 degrees, it turns off, right? Now let's pretend it's cold outside. You would raise the temperature, right? And so you'd raise the temperature to 76 degrees. And once the house warms up to 76 degrees, it turns off, right? That's how the thermostat works. Well, I feel like I had a financial thermostat. And so no matter how hard I would work, no matter how many paychecks I would save up, I just never could seem to hold on to any more than $2,000. So it was like my thermostat was set at $2,000. That was my ceiling. And every time I would get close to it, something would come up. Never freaking fails. An unexpected expense. A friend needed to borrow some money. Usually that friend didn't pay me back, but I ain't gonna call out no names. Or maybe convincing myself I deserve to buy something because, it was on sale, or I've been good, or it's just a really good deal, right? It was like clockwork. And I would build up a little bit of momentum and then drain it right back down. $2,000 was literally my personal limit, not because I chose it. I don't think I chose it. It was because I just unconsciously just kept resetting, right? And I started to think maybe I'm just not the kind of person who can save money. And, I almost wanted to give up. But deep down inside, I knew that this was not true. I wasn't bad with my money, so I thought. I just kind of I hadn't reprogrammed my financial thermostat yet. And what I did next is what changed everything for me. So, not just my bank account, but my identity as well. So at some point, I just finally made a decision. I told myself, hey, look, Ron, if I can save just $5,000 and keep it, I will never, ever let myself drop below that number again, right? And so that was the moment that I created what I now call the $5,000 rule. It wasn't about investing yet. That was later, right? It wasn't about paying off everything in one shot. No, it was about basically just proving to myself that I could break through that $2,000 barrier and completely reset the way that I viewed money. So I wasn't trying to save $100,000 yet. I just wanted to hold on to five. I was like, geez, can I just get to five, right? it I'll admit it wasn't easy. Like, life just kept testing me. It was so, temptations would come up, emergencies. Hey Ron, yo, we going clubbing. Yo, we're gonna take this trip. You wanna come? Yeah, I wanna come. Shouldn't go. Emergencies started popping up, but this time something was different. Something was different. Like, this time I had a number and I was like defending this. I was defending this number like it was like a line in the sand. And I treated that $5,000 like it was a brick wall, right? I did not spend it. I did not touch it. I did not let it fall. You know what happened? The moment I hit $5,000 and I kept it there, I felt something shift. I felt powerful. I really did, just seeing that number in my bank account for the first time ever. And I felt control. And I realized that this was never about money. This was about my identity. Like, I stopped thinking like somebody who tries to save, and I started moving like, like somebody who keeps what they earn, A wise man once said, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep, right? And that was kind of the start of it. And from that moment on, $5,000 wasn't the goal anymore because I had already achieved it. It became the new floor that I would never go below. And so why did the $5,000 rule work so well for me? It wasn't just about saving more money. It was about resetting the baseline. So before that rule, I didn't realize it, but I was living in survival mode. Like, anything above $2,000 felt like extra money, and I would find a way to spend it. But once I hit $5,000 and I held it, that number became my new financial identity. I was like, yo, I got $5,000. You feel different when you got a lot more space between you and bills and life and emergencies. That was, at least for me. Y'all let me know if you feel me on that. But that was my new identity. And this is who I am now. I'm the person who always has at least $5,000 saved, right? That's the person I became. And when you think about your own self now, you don't have to try to be you. You just are you, right? And that's the thing. Once I hit that $5,000 mark, it was like, I don't have to try to be this. I am this now, right? I wasn't trying to climb up from zero anymore. I was already standing on $5,000 and looking up at the next milestone, right? So from there, saving to $10,000 didn't really seem that big of a stretch anymore. It kind of felt like the next obvious step, right? And the confidence started snowballing, right? And the way I made decisions changed also, right? Like, I stopped doing all this impulse spending, blowing money on this and that. I paused before these big purchases. And matter of fact, I would ask myself, if I make this purchase, am I going to drop below the $5,000 baseline? And if I ever got anywhere near it, I was like, no, I ain't going back there, right? So that's how I looked at it. And that one question over and over and over again, it helped me to stay disciplined without feeling restricted. So the $5,000 rule gave me freedom, not friction. And that's why it worked for me. Not because it was like some magical number, but more because it was mine. And it was stronger than my excuses. Now, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, hey, man, I've been stuck at this $2,000 ceiling too. I'm trying to tell you. If you're feeling that way, definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Or maybe you've been saving, but every time, you start to get ahead, something knocks you back down. I want to give you something that can help, right? I created a step-by-step guide called the 100K Playbook, and it's the exact system that I use to go from stuck and struggling to building my first 100K in net worth, right? So inside of this thing, I walk you through the mindset shift that starts it all, how to build real savings fast, how to eliminate bad debt, how to automate your growth. Even with a small income, you can do all of this stuff. This is the roadmap that I wish I had years ago. And I'm going to give it to you guys. You can just grab it totally free. You should see a link in the description down below. I'll probably just pin a comment, you can just download it from the pin comment. But yeah, totally free. But now, if you're ready to not just, if you're not just ready to read about it, right? Like you actually want to live this thing, with guidance and some real accountability, stick with me because, I actually have something for the very serious ones that are coming up. So listen, I know how hard it is to try and figure out all this stuff on your own. You got distractions, peer pressure, bills, opinions. Everybody's got an opinion on how you need to spend your money. Cause trust me, I mean, people used to always get on me. I'm like, yo, I work for my money. Why are you worried about how I spend my money? It was so annoying. Pressure left and right, friends, family. I don't know if anybody else is going through anything like I had gone through. If you have, I'd like to hear from you. What was it like for you? Like, what kind of pressures do you feel from people about your spending habits? Like, do you feel pressured, like, to buy certain things, to hang out with people, doing things that are going to cost you money and slow down your financial progress? Let me know what you guys are going through. But, you might have distractions. We all have bills. We probably are dealing with people with opinions and pressure from other people. And sometimes it kind of feels like you're the only one that's trying to build something better. It's like, doesn't, don't, it's weird how many people aren't trying to build something better. And sometimes it's that much harder if you are the only one and everyone around you isn't trying to progress. But this is exactly why I created something called the First 100K Masterclass, right? Now, this is my private coaching program where I work with people who are ready to stop struggling and start building wealth fast. We don't waste time. We focus on results. And if you're serious about stacking your first 100K and you want somebody who's been there to show you the roadmap so you can get there extra fast, forget waiting 3 years. That's the average. Like the average person takes about 3 or 4 years to save 100K. It does not have to take anywhere near that long. Don't let anybody lie to you. Now, I only open up a few spots every single month. You can apply right now using the link in the description down below. It's short. It's no pressure. You can just answer a couple questions. And if the fit looks good, I'll invite you in. But this changed my life. And if you're ready, it could change yours too. Now, all right, let's go and bring this home. So if you've been struggling to break your financial ceiling, just break through this thing, right? Like, I don't know if your financial ceiling was like $2,000 like me. Maybe it's $1,000. Maybe your ceiling is, I don't know what your ceiling is. But if you've hit the same number in your savings account over and over and over, and you just can't seem to push past it, I want you to try that $5,000 rule that I just shared with you. Make that your new floor and fight to protect it, all right? Because once you hold on to that amount, you're going to be shocked how fast your financial confidence goes through the roof and your net worth will start to grow. So anyway, guys, download that free 100K playbook down below to get the full system that I use to go from broke to 100K. And if you're serious, if you're ready for some serious results with some real coaching and accountability, apply for the first 100K masterclass. I'd love to help you get there faster. Ron, out.